as the tables turn. Solomon had always been a man of odds. A seasoned gambler, he spent years studying the rhythms of cards, the nuances of dealers, and the subtleties of human behavior in casinos. But lately his luck had run dry. Down to his last $100, he entered the dim, smoke-laden casino one more time, hoping for redemption at the blackjack tables. It was a Thursday evening, a quiet night at the casino. Solomon sat down at a blackjack table, already feeling the familiar pull of anxiety tugging at his gut. The dealer, an older man with silver hair and a stoic face, gave a polite nod. The table had only two other players, neither of whom looked like serious competition. One was a tourist clearly there for fun, and the other a nervous man who kept adjusting his watch. Solomon exchanged his remaining cash for chips, his hands steady but his heart racing. This would be it, make or break. The first hand was dealt. Solomon was conservative, sticking to the fundamentals he'd drilled into himself. He won. His $50 bet turned into $100. Then the next hand came, and he doubled down on a soft 18. Another win. His stack grew, but he stayed calm, resisting the temptation to celebrate too soon. That's when the streak began. Over the next half hour, Solomon couldn't miss. The cards were falling perfectly. He got blackjack 3 times in a row. Every time the dealer showed a 10 or ace, Solomon either pulled out a win or a push. It was as if the universe had decided in that very moment to repay him for every bad loss, every near miss, and every busted hand he'd endured over the years. Whispers began to float around the casino floor. A crowd started to gather around Solomon's table, curious to see how far his luck would go. Even the dealers exchanged glances as his chip stack grew larger and larger until it towered in front of him like a monument to impossible odds. By then, Solomon had stopped counting the money. He was in a trance, playing each hand with laser focus, eyes never leaving the cards. The pit boss came by, eyeing Solomon's growing stack with suspicion, but there was no cheating here, no trick up his sleeve, just pure, unrelenting luck. Hand after hand, the cards kept coming up in his favor. He split 10s and won both hands. He doubled down on 11s and hit every single time. And when the dealer finally busted with a 10 showing, Solomon leaned back in his chair, realizing he was thousands of dollars richer. The table's limit had been reached. The casino would not allow him to bet higher, a sign that maybe his luck had peaked. But before calling it a night, Solomon decided to play one final hand. He pushed half of his winnings into the center of the table, an enormous pile of chips, causing a collective gasp from the crowd. The dealer dealt the cards. Solomon was showing an ace and a 6. He hesitated for the first time that night. Should he double down again? The crowd seemed to hold its breath. He took the risk, pushing in more chips. The dealer flipped the next card. A 4. 21. The perfect hand. Solomon stood up, collected his chips, and walked away without a word, leaving behind a stunned audience and a story that would be told in whispers for years to come. It wasn't about the money. It never had been. It was about beating the odds, riding the wave of luck until it broke, and walking away while you're still on top. As he left the casino, the night air cool on his face, Solomon smiled for the first time in weeks. He had won. For now. As